Throughout the year, Knights of Columbus are raising awareness for charities that are really making a difference in our communities. And today we are shining the spotlight on the Lord's Kitchen, which provides free meals for those who need it the most. Here to tell us more are Reverend Meg Williams from the Stratford United Methodist Church and Reverend Jeff Lukens from the Lordship Community Church, also in Stratford. Thank you so much for being here. Reverend, I'll start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what exactly Lord's Kitchen is what it is?
Well, it's a meal that we host in one of our churches twice a week. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we serve about 50 or 60 clients each meal. So about 200 meals a week we end up, which works out to be about 10,000 meals a year.
Wow. And who's making the food, Reverend Meg? Where is it coming from?
About a dozen congregations have teams that serve and cook. So a team from a certain church might have their own specialty or something they particularly like to cook and serve. And the menus might vary from homemade pierogies and kielbasa to roast ham with homemade mac and cheese to meatball grinders.
Wow, a little bit of everything there. Now, let's talk a little bit about the mission. Who's behind it? And talk to me about your organizations.
Well, the Stratford Clergy Association sponsors the meal. We started this 3.5 years ago, roughly, when one of the congregations was finding that many people were coming to their door in need of food, and not just bags of cold food, but in need of a hot meal. So they came to our group and said, can we do something? And the Lord's Kitchen was born. We started with once a week serving a meal, and 1.5 years ago went to twice a week.
And the people have grown as well. I mean, the number of people. You started off with just a few, you were telling me, and now there's so many, right?
Our first meal was served in a snowstorm to 3 people, one of which arrived by bicycle.
Wow, that's great that you're providing the service. And Jeff, let me ask you, how rewarding is this for you to be involved in something like this?
I think it's very rewarding, both for the people who are participating, for the clients or the guests who come to eat. They've really formed a community. They're there and they have their unofficial leaders of their community, their entertainers. There's this one gentleman who comes and he likes to play the piano for everybody. And they really form a community, and it's a community meal, and it's a family atmosphere. And then for the people who serve it, this is their chance to really enact what the scriptures say about loving one another and feeding the sheep. So they really enjoy the chance to get out there.
Absolutely,
and
I'm sure they count on it and rely on it. The Knights of Columbus and News 8 invite you to get involved in your community. To learn more about the Lord's Kitchen, you can visit kfc.org/charityct. It's right there up on your screen. And Reverend Meg, just how much of a need is there for this?
Oh, there's definitely a need. We serve people who are unemployed, or people who are underemployed, or people who just wish to be with others to eat. And the fact that we have usually around 60 people come twice a week, and then with seconds and leftovers to take home, we serve 100 meals each of those times.
So it's certainly
necessary.
necessary.
A lot of food.
Well, very good. Thank you for both being here, and thank you so much for what you do.